What's up, man? I'm Adam. Welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, I'll be reviewing a very good citrus fragrance that is from a Middle Eastern brand and very good for the summer. It's Afnan Turathi Blue. This fragrance right here has been hyped because a lot of people say it's a clone of Bulgari Tiger, which is a tiger, I don't know how to pronounce it. But it's a fragrance that's a niche fragrance that costs a lot of money, very citrus heavy, smells amazing apparently. I've never smelled this, so I can't really compare it to that, but I can compare it to other fragrances that I have smelled and to tell you if it's good or not. The notes you can find in this fragrance are citrusy notes, woodsy notes, ambery notes. I think it's patchouli, spices, and amber musk. That's probably the notes. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna leave the Fragrantica notes chart somewhere in the video. But yeah, that's basically it. I like the bottle, pretty nice design. The cap is pretty strange though, because you can't put it the wrong way. As you can see, it has its shape right here. So you have to like line it up perfectly with the front, otherwise it will not click properly. You see, you can twist it, but if I want to put it the wrong way, it won't let me close it. I have to make sure it's lined up. Interesting fact, but you know, it is what it is. Also on the box is a pretty cool message that I will read for you guys and hopefully show you guys. So look, this is how the message looks like. Have time, screenshot, pause, and read it. I'll read it to you guys. So it says, Afnan, for the man carrying on a legacy, a man in control of his life, out to achieve his goals, overcoming all hurdles of life to reach success, a scent that speaks volumes about inner strength and magnificent presence. This kind of describes the scent a little bit. It does have a big presence to it, and I'll explain why after I spray the fragrance on my right hand. Sprayer test as always. Right hand. Y'all saw that. Very nice and misty. I like the sprayer, but the fragrance even more. So juicy. This fragrance, how can I describe the smell? When I smell Afnan Turathi Blue, it smells like a basket full of hard orange citrus candies that you would get from like the mosque or some type of Arab store, because it's like a very strong, pungent tasting orange that has a bit of like juice jelly inside type of thing. You know, like a hard orange citrusy candy that might even have a bit of like, how do you call it? Like a soda feel to it too, like those type of candies. That's kind of how this smells like, and I can imagine how it would even taste like, but obviously don't taste your fragrances at all. That's very stupid. But anyways, it smells like that to me, very citrusy in the top. And then it starts to come off a bit incensey spiciness. It's not really incense, but it's more spice, like some type of black pepper type of spice. But I like the way that it's blended in this fragrance, which makes it not so abrasive and annoying and just so strong that it's like the biggest note on the fragrance. Nah, this is very well blended. The spice is there and it gives this type of smoky, incensey type of smell, but it's not smoky incensey. It's a spice that gives a darker feeling to the fragrance. And then in the base, you start to get more amberiness and some slight woodiness, and it stays all the way through the end. I have to say this fragrance is pretty linear. The way you smell it from the top is basically what you're gonna get to the end, except that the citruses die off and then you get left with basically an ambery, smoky, as in spicy fragrance. So there's a reminiscence of the oranges, like it's faint, because it has still that freshness near the base. However, what you really are left with is the spices with that amberiness and slight woods. This fragrance can give you 6 to 8 hours depending on how much you spray, and also wear lotion with these type of fragrances, guys. Make sure your skin is hydrated. If your skin is dry, the fragrances are not gonna latch onto you as long as they could, unless you spray it on your clothing. But if you really want it to stay on your skin for longer, wear some shea butter, natural shea butter, or some unscented Aveeno type of lotion, you know, those oats based lotions and stuff that are very hydrating after you shower, stuff like that. And this is gonna latch onto your skin for even more than 8 hours. I've tried it, it's tried and tested. Trust me guys, hydrate your skin. This advice is something that I got from Glam Finds. I think she does a lot of reviews on like these Middle Eastern fragrances and all these types of fragrances. So I think she has a great channel. But once I heard her advice and I really took it in and I started doing it myself, performances on fragrances where they're more fresh and citrus based started to increase way more because my skin was hydrated. And I used to complain, oh, performance. But what steps have you taken in order to help the performance be boosted? Did you put your body or yourself in the best position to increase your performance? As in having clean skin, having hydrated skin, you know, the conditions you're in, how many sprays, all of that matters. And in this, I've seen a big difference. Back to the fragrance. This fragrance smelled very good. Comparing this to other fragrances that I smelled, it's pretty unique for a fresh citrusy fragrance. You're not gonna find many citrus fragrances that are very just citrusy, and that's basically it. Most of them are always full with woods and sometimes a lot of vanillas and all these other things, but this is very citrus based. When you think citrus for a fragrance, you should not think of anything other than this, because that's what this is, a citrus fragrance. If that's what you want, a basket full of citrus oranges, maybe a bit of lemons or something like that, a big mix cocktail basket, I don't know. That's what this is. It's very citrus concentrated. And then the other stuff are like little players that help boost the fragrance and give it a bit of a different facet. This fragrance is almost like a blue out of the shower type of fragrance, except it has less of that cleanly shower feel, but more of like a citrus juice candy feel. That's the vibes I get from this fragrance. It gives me a candied citrus with some spice and ambers. That's very basic overall general summary of what the fragrance is. Longevity is good, like I said, 6 to 8 hours, and then you can wear this definitely anytime, anywhere. I've also seen that this fragrance likes to project way more, and the sillage is way stronger when you're wearing this in a air climate conditioned place. If you're in the office and you're wearing this, don't spray too much because it can get annoying because it will project like crazy. The sillage on this is pretty good though. You get like a good 3 feet trail. After 4 or 5 hours, it starts to die down, and most of it is pushing off of your clothing because it becomes more of a skin set after 6 hours. However, hydrate your skin, and it can even go 8 hours if you double spray on your skin and everywhere. This performance on this fragrance is not a slouch. It's pretty strong. It's a potent, powerful fragrance. It's not the most powerful fragrance that is citrus based or fresh that I have in my collection. Who is this fragrance for? Anyone who's a fan of citruses and spices, you will enjoy this fragrance. If you're not the biggest fan of Middle Eastern fragrances, you like things that are not too strong, kind of light, you know, maybe you might not like this, or you might like it but with less sprays, because this is very strong, and that's one of the best characters of this fragrance. When I wanted something that was fresh and long lasting, and I went for this, and I'm not disappointed because it brings that to me. It brings that, it has that value. It's not a fresh citrus fragrance that you have to reapply every 2-3 hours. To me, that's annoying. I like things that last, and this has that for me. So out of 10, I'm gonna give this a solid 9. It has a good unique factor, performance. It smells good. You might even get complimented. Only issue is that this fragrance could be linear, but I like that it's unique. It's different to everyone else, and not everyone's wearing this fragrance. It might go up in hype later on, but in my opinion, it's worth it. You get this for like $50, $55. Good longevity. It's kind of weird that it's a 90 ml instead of 100, but I can't complain. So if you guys want a citrus forward fragrance, look no further than Afnan Turathi Blue. This is a very good fragrance, nice design, nice motivational message. Honestly, this box is way too big for me to even keep. It's kind of stupid. It has a nice velvety type feel, but it's kind of cheap. I might just have to toss it, have more room for other fragrances. But that's basically my review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Press a like, comment down below, and please do subscribe and let me know what other fragrances I should review for you guys. I really appreciate the support, the likes and the comments. It takes a lot of effort to do these videos. If you guys keep on supporting, sharing, subscribing, then I know that it's worthwhile, and I will keep on doing more content for you guys. So thank you again for watching. Have a great day, night, and evening. Peace.